For today's cup of coffee, we have a what the fuck file, and it's every day could be a what the fuck file. It really could. This comes from Daliy Mail and is by Sophie Mann and was written on September the 7th of 2023. And unless you've been living under a rock, I mean, even I know about this one chip challenge thing. And the company named Paqui, they supposedly make the hottest one chip. And if you can eat this one tortilla chip that has this tremendous amount of spice on it, which is capsicum. And this is a chemical, folks. They use this in pepper spray, bear spray, all that stuff. And this year's model that they had been advertising and challenging people to eat had a combination of California Reaper and Naga Viper pepper, because they keep trying to push this as far as the Scoville. I should have put this all on one paper and I didn't, so I apologize. I'm bouncing all over the place. As far as the Scoville scale of how hot the stuff is, and it's kind of ridiculous. And this is a chemical. It doesn't matter if it's in a food. Plus peppers are nightshades. And unfortunately, there was a child that was 14 years old that had consumed one of these. And then he died. Hours later, he died. As far as severe, they said he had symptoms of severe gastric distress. He wasn't vomiting, I don't think. I think it was just the pain. And that's tragic. That is truly tragic. And that the makers of this product, I'm not saying they shouldn't make these chips, because there's always people that have something to prove, and how burning themselves inside, outside, or whatever does that. Okay, so be it. But they have put a warning. They have pulled the product from the shelves at this point, and that it does have a warning label that says, keep out of reach of children. This is intended for adult consumption. This is an endurance test. Nothing more. I mean, seriously, it's just one of those things. And it says, do not eat if you're sensitive to spicy foods, if you're allergic to peppers, nightshades, or capsaicin. And yeah, or if you're pregnant or have any medical conditions. And then it has to tell people, after touching the chip, wash your hands with soap and do not touch your eyes or other sensitive areas. Now, I have heard of males, men, God love you. I love you. I really do. But y'all's half of the species on some things. And if of you all spraying jock straps with pepper spray. And then somebody unbeknownst puts that things on. Yeah, no. But y'all do stuff like that. Not everybody, but some people do. And then it says, seek medical assistance should you experience difficulty breathing, fainting, or extended nausea. Oh, okay. And it's sad that we have to talk about this, but this was, this is the same world that a few years back we had to make the announcement, don't eat laundry soap. Now, most people think that that is just beyond belief. But no, this is the world that we're living in. And this 14-year-old kid, God love him, and social media, for a lot of people, has some benefits. I guess if somebody's lonely or whatever, that can help fill a void. But for young people, again, this age group, you've got that frontal lobe shrinkage. And basically, they are brain damaged. I mean, this area, which is responsible for logical thought, rational thought. If I do this, this could happen. It physically shrinks. And so that's the reason teens and that age group do really stupid shit. And I'm really so sorry for this family. But this is where parents, peers, friends, teachers, somebody needs to step up and go, hey, this is a bad idea. Don't do this. So this is another one of those what the fuck file / PSA things. Now, most of us that are older, it's like, no, that we've learned over the years, if you touch something that's hot, put it down. If you put something, some kind of food that's hot, either it's too spicy, temperature-wise, that's your body's way of saying, no, reject this, get this out of me, because the things can cause burns. And in some people that are overly sensitive to the different hot peppers, it can cause blistering. I know one time, 30-some years ago, I had never, sliced fresh jalapenos. Didn't think about it. At that point in the 80s, jalapenos were not that big of a deal. They weren't that widely available like they are now, except for the jarred kind. And so, dumbass that I was, cut those with my bare hands. And so hours later, while my hands are still burning, because this was prior to internet, folks. There was a time, those of you that's younger, I learned do not cut up hot peppers without wearing gloves. And it seems so common sense. And oh my God, we are in such short supply of common sense right now. And I hate it for this kid's family and for all the other children's families. Just be that voice of reason out there in the world today, because we need more of those. I'm not saying don't do the chip challenge. If you feel like you've got to have some kind of something to prove to yourself, but be advised, I would taste a small corner first to make sure you're not going to have some kind of allergic reaction. That's true of a lot of things. Even if you go to a hair salon, what are they supposed to do? They're supposed to color test and make sure that you're not allergic to the hair dyes or the bleaches or whatever. Most people, they don't do it, but they're supposed to. I'm one of these, if somebody can be allergic to some shit like that, it will be me. So over the years, I'm like, no, let's just dip a toe in the water before we jump all the way in. But like I said, it's sad that we have to discuss this. And I will put a link to the article. Plus, I will put a link to, there's another website. It's called uspharmacist.com that goes on and tells you about the capsaicin, or capsaicin. Yeah, I've pronounced it 15 different ways all in one video. And then also, I'm going to put you a link for poison control. It's poison.org. And it explains to you different things about what it is. And it does have a 1-800 number if somebody has a problem, not just with the hot peppers, but anything. And, this kid's not the only one that's had problems with it. We had to be pepper sprayed when I was going through the academy, when I was a corrections officer. And that is not an experience that I want to repeat ever. And so that stuff, I burned for hours. But I also have very light colored eyes. And I think that may have a bearing on it. But when we irrigated our eyes, we had a just regular water hose that we were supposed to irrigate our eyes. After the event, it was a matter of being pepper sprayed right in the eyes, right across the face. And then you were supposed to be led by someone else and try to fight your way through different obstacles, because it's all a hazing ritual is exactly what it is. But when it came to the irrigation thing, it was almost like I couldn't breathe. That was scary for me. And so I thought, no, I don't want to be playing with no pepper spray. And we had to sit there for hours afterwards. And I finally lied and said, no, I'm fine now. And I came home and burned more, because I wasn't going to sit there and make everybody else sit there, because I had an intolerance. Watch out for other people that are kids and different things like that may not have proper guidance. And it just, God help us. It's like we have just totally lost direction as a species. And but one of the wonderful things that I can share with you, ladies, when I was trying to find the pronunciation of capsaicin, because with mountain accent, because we pronounce things differently, in case you haven't noticed. There is a website that I have used, or it's a channel on YouTube for quite a while, and the gentleman has a beautiful voice, and he's getting into some ASMR, so I will also leave that link for you. And he is, I don't know if he's from France, he has this gorgeous French accent, and he's talking about croissants. And it didn't matter with his accent, he could have been talking about anything. So, ladies, that's something just for your enjoyment today. And just take care of each other, folks. Things are scary out there. They really are. And help the ones that may be a little mentally compromised, especially with their judgment. It's okay to sit there and go, you might want to think about that. You might want to rethink about that. Let's look at this a minute. Pause just a couple of seconds before you make this decision that may alter your life. And prayers for the family of that 14-year-old. That distressed me. It really did. There's a lot of things that distress me these days. If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, what the fuck files, you can give me an email at cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And I'm like, what? Who am I? Where am I? Oh, God, I had a Biden moment. I need to go do a self-check right quick. The email address is there in the description box, and I'll put the links for all the wonderful stuff there. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Remember that the way to defeat darkness is through joy, and praying and loving other people. You don't have to know somebody to say a prayer for them, and that includes our bunch. And pray for youngest kid. He had an opportunity to go this weekend to a music festival. No, it certainly was not Burning Man in this. No, hopefully he won't have to worry about being stuck in the mud, hopefully, wherever he is. But just prayers for his safety, and I hope he has a wonderful time. Know that you're loved, and Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup. Bye.